Let's jump straight into today's video. Alright, here you go. This video is a bit, well, this video is a bit weird for me because we are talking about child accident and the accusations. I apologize for this. I am a bit sick. Um, and trust me, it is a mission to record these videos right now, but girls gotta do what a girl's got to do, right? You gotta deliver on those videos. I'd rather be dead. I always want to record, but anyway. It was a shock to me. I didn't know about this. Maybe I did and I forgot. It's like one of those Mandela effect type of situations. That Todd Asmore was actually accused of R-ing a woman, right? And he's actually been going to court for that situation. I just recently found out that he had a space. Now I know what it's called on Twitter, a space. Another space. You know type of situation. So he had a space on Musa Kawuna's Instagram. And on there, oh baby, he was crying. You know, like pouring his heart out about the situation. Obviously, he is saying that he did not R this woman. And this woman is saying that he R'd her. Now she didn't want to come onto the space because recently they've been going to court and Todd Asmo actually won the case. And not because there was insufficient evidence against him, but because it seems like it never really happened. Right? Now when it comes to situations about R and domestic violence and all that kind of stuff, I'll speak about Trudy, but like when it comes to R'ing, I don't know for sure then like I don't want to. But he won the case. He won the case. And it was so sad hearing him crying online. And crying for the fact that people were against his wife because she was defending him. And the evidence, all the evidence said that he didn't cry. The story that he told, it seemed like that woman was just giving all these circumstantial situations. Not only that, she has said statement that Tourismo gave, she said that a lot of people are. Now, in my experience, in my knowledge, I have heard that a lot of people, the people that have been armed multiple times. It's like you have a name tag on your back to say, oh, I've been armed, I'm very in some situation. That's not even a joke. But it's like that. They continuously get armed by different people in different situations. It's so weird. You know? That to me feels like the devil working so hard all the time. It's so strange. But anyway, before the allegations of Tourismo R'ing her, apparently she had told Tourismo and another group of people that she was armed. So it's so weird that she would say that she was armed by Tourismo. And in the court documents, it is said that she said that Tourismo armed her like 5 times. That one allegation was that he forced his male part in her mouth, and then another allegation was that he forced his male part in her woman part 5 times. And then after that whole incident happened, he then thanked her. And I think that was so great. That was lovely. Right? And just went on about his day. And then all those things were proven to be false in court. Now I know that there can be mistakes in court. The truth of the matter is, none of us would be. I wasn't there, you weren't there. None of us actually really know what happened between these two people. But like, he just sounded like, and he was, excuse me, he was just very adamant that this situation did not happen, you know? And
performing it on stage, and it would shock people. They would be like, oh my God, how dare she? Or, wow, she's so brave. Or is she serious? Does she really love herself? And I'm like, why y'all asking all these damn questions? Like, what are you questioning about me and my body and my love for myself? You not me. You want me to hate myself? And I think that it's so interesting that now body positivity is like this buzzing term. There's no term for body negativity because it's the norm. It's what we expect. So at this point, I realized that my mere existence is a form of activism, especially in the body positive community. And I wear that hat really well, or not wear the hat at all, according to this. You know, I wear nudity well, and I wear my body and my skin well. So I'm just going to continue to be that. But I'm nobody's celebrity totem. You can't make an example out of me. I'm literally here making music so I can live a more positive, healthier, happier life. And if that changes the world one song at a time, then so be it.
Are you kidding me? When someone looks at your life, you know, it seems like the kind of life where 1 minute everything changed overnight. But it seems like, you know, Bad Bunny that we know was inspired by Benito, who grew up in life going,
yeah, of course.
You know, I do the things that I want to do, I believe in certain things and I aim for them, and that's what got you to where you are today. Beyond just the music you make, what do you think it is about you that makes you so successful?
I think that there's a very important detail, and is that I'm the same guy. I'm real. You know, I don't want to be like a character.
Oh, right.
You know, for Daddy's Narcos. You know. So in my music is Benito. Bad Bunny is Benito. There's no difference between Benito and Bad Bunny. So I think that people can feel conectarse con mi identificarse con mi música. So that's the key of what I think.
Like they connect to the authenticity in your music.
Yeah.
They feel who you are.
They feel me. They
right.
feel my feeling. They feel what I'm saying. And this is my magic, what I think.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that you're not just real, but you're not afraid of being real. And even in your music, in your style, we've seen so much of that. Like, you've broken the idea of what machismo even is, you know? Bad Bunny comes out and is like, yo, I'll paint my nails, I'll wear whatever fashion I want to wear, I'll break and make trends. You know, the way you've treated women, the way you've spoken about women, the way you've spoken about people from the LGBTQ community, whether it's gay, trans, whatever. Bad Bunny goes like, hey man, these are my views and this is my music. And I think it's broken a lot of what people think music should or wouldn't be. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, especially from music, from the genre, reggaeton, like rap, hip hop. It's so machista, like you said. I'm just trying to unify, you know, every people, like every person, everybody can feel comfortable with my music, with my videos, can feel comfortable in the concerts, you know, like create a space where everyone can feel comfortable with the music. It's what I try.
I mean, selling out the O2 Arena in London, selling out, you know, the Forum in Hollywood. Now, the first Nigerian artist to ever sell out Madison Square Garden. As well.
You know one thing I always wondered, like, why, how come when it's me, they always point out the fact that I'm the first to do it, like the first that landed on the moon. It's like, why when rock bands perform in Tokyo and stuff, they don't say the first American rock band to perform in Tokyo?
I think because they're surprised. There is an element of surprise, you know?
But why?
Because we've come a long way. Do you know how far Madison Square Garden is from Africa?
Yeah, but like, do you know how far away Tokyo is for Kiss and...
But you see, that's the thing, if you think about it. Culture has for such a long time been defined by America, and so it makes sense in a way for people to go like, of course the music's going to go there, of course the comedians are going to go there, of course, you know what I mean? But now think about it, things are like to
move on.
but think about it, right? for the world to change the way it has. I mean, you see Beyonce incorporating your music into her vibe. Do you get what I'm saying? These are big things that have never happened. And it's beautiful. Like everyone's
I mean, if I was her, I would incorporate my music into her vibe.
You know, every time, when I love speaking to you, every time I see the biggest difference between Nigerians and almost every other African is that, like, every other African has, like, a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very timid approach to life. Like, literally, like, if you say to, like, a South African, hey, Trevor, you're doing well, how are things going? Then, as a South African, my instinct to respond is like, I'm trying, man. I'm doing okay, I'm trying, you know? Like,
you're lying.
See, this is what I mean by Nigerians. This is what I mean. No, but this is what I mean. So, and everywhere, you go to Kenya, everything. How are things?
That's the thing. We don't lie unless we want to stab you.
Let me say this.
Okay, with the tour, yeah.
Yeah, so with the tour, we rise by lifting others. It's basically me not only bringing myself to the America, also bringing everything else, African food, African fashion. This was done by an African designer.
On the tour, you're only wearing African designers,
yes,
right?
And my cast beats, I'm only wearing African designers. I'm only eating African food. I'm having African chefs come in, do food backstage.
Wow.
African dancers. So it's not just only me. So we coming together, we rise and we're taking everybody else.
Man, that is a beautiful message. And yet you brought me no jollof to the show. We'll talk about it next time. We'll talk about it next time. One of my favorite introductions I've ever heard you give is you said, "Hi, I'm Jesse Reyes, and I write sad songs." Is that how you see yourself?
Pretty much, yeah. I write a lot of sad songs. But it's not like someone play like a little violin or something. It's just I just happen to get more motivated to write when I'm sad. I write happy songs, they're just few and far in between.
Right. But the songs that you've released so far, you know, because we're still waiting for the album, which is going to be coming out, but the songs that you've released might have a sad tone to them, a sad feeling, but it sometimes feels like there's always an undertone of love. There's always like a dream that you're going for. There's always a feeling of hope in the music itself. Is that something that you saved for the album, and then like you write fun songs for other people?
I guess that's fun. Sometimes when I make songs for others, it's kind of like if I made a sweater, you know, and I knit this beautiful sweater, and I'm like, oh, it's nice, and I try it on, and I'm like, this doesn't fit right, you know? And then I give it to somebody else, and it fits them perfect. But it might be like I've given away sad songs too, but I feel like in life, when you're conscious of the fact that like highs and lows, black and whites, up and downs have to exist, then sad songs have a little bit of love, and even love songs have a little bit of sadness, because you know that love can't last, because nobody gets out of love alive. Like we have to, you know. I don't know.
Wow, nobody gets out of love alive?
Well, no, because
what is love, the coronavirus? Wow, Jesse, you just took us on that, like, do you really believe that?
Well, yeah, because think about it. Listen, if you fall in love and you're lucky and you happen to be that minority that finds the love of your life, and statistically someone's gonna cheat. We got Instagram, we got Tinder, we got all this BS that's like catered to lying to somebody or catered to finding quick love and not what you work for. So suppose you get by all that and you find the love of your life and you guys are down for each other and nobody lies and you make it till you're old and gray, which is beautiful. Eventually somebody has to die. That's like the truth of human life. Somebody has to die.
So you don't survive love.
You don't survive love, but you know what though? If you keep that in mind, then today you might not cheat. If you know that tomorrow's your last day, then today you might not be a jerk. Today you might be authentically yourself. Today you might confess something. If you know that tomorrow it could be all over.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm such a big fan of yours, and I'm so excited for this new album. What's weird to me is the first time I met you was in Russia, which is we were both there for the World Cup. It's very strange. Like, I'm in Russia, and I turn around, and I'm not expecting to see anybody who is black. And then I'm like, wow, that guy looks like Nas, and it was you. Did you enjoy it out there? Was that your first World Cup?
It's my first World Cup, and first time in Russia.
I didn't know at the time though that you were planning to drop an album. You didn't tell me. You didn't even like slip it in. You didn't just give me the inside scoop. No.
I didn't even know. we was working on it for a couple of years, and I really didn't know what to do with these songs because they weren't really the songs that I wanted to put on the record. So they were just sitting there, and I always thought like I'd come back to them and finish them up later, but it never happened. So I'm sitting here with all these songs starting to pile up, and I'm like, oh, I did a Lost Tapes album 17 years ago.
Right.
I think it's time for another one.
Yeah, but Lost Tapes was one of the most iconic albums where people said like, oh, Nas came out with this music that, you know, is a collection of ideas and you put it together. It is an interesting idea as a musician to say, these songs didn't have a space on an album, but I still love what I've created. I'm still trying to do something different. And so it's a mix which some people actually enjoy more because it has such a varied sense. When people listen to it, is there an order for Lost Tape? Do you just like play the songs? Does it matter? Is it like 5, 7, 2, 3, 1? Doesn't like.
No. You just play them. You kind of gotta guess like, what year did he make this?
Oh, that's nice. It's like a guessing game.
Yeah. Some of the songs are like 10 years old, 12 years old, and some of them are like as early as like a year and a half ago.
That's dope. You are seen as a music mogul now. You're seen as a businessman, but I'm interested in some of the things that you started doing that people don't expect. For instance, like you're going on tour now with Mary J. Blige, and that's exciting.
Yes.
Right? People are really excited.
It's an honor. It's an honor. I'm a huge fan of Mary J. Blige, so yeah, it's an honor. Royalty tour, check it out.
That's going to be insane.
Yeah.
And then you were part of a hip hop museum.
Yeah, we hope to